Today, we're talking about mouthpieces, specifically all the different parts of a mouthpiece, and what can happen to your playing when you start to switch up all the different components. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Aaron here, helping musicians get better faster through product reviews, educational videos, and performances. Today, we're going to break down the mouthpiece into three main forms: the rim, the cup, and the shank. And we're going to discuss that to help better educate you so that when you decide to go and get a mouthpiece, you know the vernacular, you know the terms, and you can just be better suited to speak to anybody who might be trying to sell you a mouthpiece. This video is the first of three videos that I'm going to be doing about mouthpieces to help better educate people on what's going on in the world of mouthpieces and what all the varieties are, so that when you decide to go and pick a new mouthpiece, you're better equipped to handle all the research and talking to vendors and all that kind of scary stuff, and that you know what's going on, you know what to look out for, and you know all the things that can change and vary up to help better equip you to make that decision. Also, watch all the way to the end of the video because I'm going to show you how you can get a free PDF resource that will help you make your decision down the line. So let's start off with the mouthpiece rim. This part right here, it's the part that physically makes contact with you. This whole thing, it can vary up in width from here to here, its thickness from top to bottom. You can get a flat or a rounded rim, and you can also change the rim's diameter itself. So let's talk about rim width. From here to here, that's what I'm talking about when I mean width. And the wider it is, the more room it takes up on your face, which can actually be more comfortable. It can make a better seal. However, the wider it is, it can also take more energy and effort to play. So you don't want to go too wide with your rim. A wide rim can also kind of mess up your endurance in terms of the length that you can play. So you want to watch out for that as well. You want to be comfortable, but you also don't want to be working really hard as well. Now with rim thickness, how big it is this way to this way, that can vary up too. A lot of times they'll be really thick and they'll be heavier, and you'll notice that the weight of the mouthpiece itself just kind of feels really top heavy. And with that, what they're trying to do is cut down vibrations between the mouthpiece and the lead pipe and the horn. The less vibrations, the bigger your tone can be because there's less stuff going on between horn and mouthpiece. However, the backside of that is you have to push through all that material, and even though you don't feel like you're necessarily blowing air through that specific spot, the energy and the vibrations are being caught up. So you want to be careful about getting something that's too thick for you. And when it comes to being a flat or a round rim, you want to make sure that it has a little bit of a contour to it and it's not just cut off flat. A flat rim is going to make a really nice seal and it's going to feel okay, but you're not going to have any flexibility and your endurance is going to be gone. So you want to make sure that you get something that's kind of has a nice round and feels nice to you. And the most important part when it comes to the rim of a mouthpiece is you want to watch out for the diameter. That's going to vary most among mouthpieces. That's the difference between a 6.5 AL and a 5G. That's the difference in the numbers when you're getting a mouthpiece, and you want to watch out for that because that is very you specific. The wider the rim, the easier low notes are going to be, and sometimes even the better your tone can be. However, high notes just go out. Think about it, a tuba has a big mouthpiece, so they play low notes. Trumpet has a small mouthpiece, they play high notes. And it works the same way. If you go way too small, you can't play in a lower register and vice versa. So you want to be careful when you're deciding. You want to find something that helps you complete all of the series of your horn, but feels comfortable for you as well. So the next part we're going to talk about is the cup of the mouthpiece, the part that receives the air. Now, this can vary up in two shapes. You can get a normal U-shaped mouthpiece, or you can also find them sometimes with a more of a cone shape. What I felt that this does and what this changes is with a cone, I feel like it's a little bit more direct. However, I have less flexibility when it comes to just openness of my sound. It's a very more direct sound, and it's also very more pointed in the different partials. However, I have to work really hard to fill up my sound. And then the other way that cups can vary up is they can be deeper or wider. And you want to go almost as wide and big as you can, but remember, the bigger that cup is, the more air it can take. And when it can take more air, it's going to take more air. So you have to make sure that your endurance and your phrasing doesn't suffer because you went too big on a cup. And also, it can affect your range too. If you go really deep, it's going to make playing higher a little bit more difficult. In terms of depth, You really would just want to watch out for what is comfortable for you and what you think you can handle. Another part of the mouthpiece that I wanted to talk about is actually where the cup and the rim meet up. You want to make sure that this spot right here, when you're getting a mouthpiece, you kind of feel that out. You want to make sure it's not too sharp and it's not too U-shaped. The more sharp an edge is for a mouthpiece, it's going to make endurance go down. It's going to make your flexibility go way higher, and it's going to make higher notes happen and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to be very comfortable. You're not going to be able to play for a very long time. And also, you don't want to go the other way. It's going to feel like a pillow, but you're not going to be able to get some of the notes to come out, and your lip slurs are going to go away. So you want to find something that's very comfortable for your face. Another part that I wanted to talk about is actually the throat, the back bore, and the shank. I'm going to kind of talk about them all in one. The bigger and wider this receiver is, this part inside here, the actual hole that goes into the instrument, the bigger that receiver is, the more air it can take. This will result in a darker, deeper, richer sound and just more sound. And if it's able to take more air, you want to put as much into it as you can. However, because of that, it's going to take that air faster, so it's going to require more air out of you. So if you're not able to pump out that amount of energy, a really wide backbore or a large throat may not be where you want to go. However, you don't want to venture into too small either, because then you run the risk of the air actually coming back and you getting a lot of back pressure and you choking up and getting a very thin sound. So you want to be careful about that as well. But yeah, guys, that's a very overly simplified go through of a mouthpiece. If you want more information, please check out my website, AKCEuph.com. I'll link it in the description down below. You can go there and download my free PDF resource on everything we talked about today, with also a checklist of what all the give and takes are when you change up anything on the mouthpiece. Thank you for watching this video. If you would, hit that like button, and if you could, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you watch out for part 2 of my mouthpiece series coming up, and once that's up, I'll also link that in the description down below. So what mouthpieces are you using? Have you found any trouble with the one that you're on now, or have you just recently switched over? I'd like to hear what you think, and is there anything in this video that I didn't cover that you'd like to know? Let us know in the comment section down below. That's all I've got for you guys today. As always, I'm Aaron Campbell, helping musicians get better faster through performance, education, and product reviews.